Welcome back. You're still watching Morning Live. It's a special broadcast for a National Freedom Day. We're live from Giyani Stadium in Giyani in the Limpopo province, whereby President Jacob Zuma is expected to deliver his keynote address at around 11 o'clock. At about 11:15, the South African National Defence Force will be observing guard of honor for the president, and immediately after that, the Premier of the province will introduce the guest speaker, the president of the country, who will be elaborating further on the day, looking back at how far the country has come 22 years ago. So we're speaking to all the parties involved here, specifically from the region where we're broadcasting from. And with me now is Nkuna. He is a business property developer in the area. He's based in Gauteng, but he is originally from Malamulele. Malamulele is about 30 kilometers from Giyani, and he's just responsible for majority of the shopping complexes that are built in the area. Nkuna, good morning to you and welcome to Morning Live.
Morning to you and morning to your viewers.
And I was just saying now that you're from 30 kilometers away from where we are now.
Yes, I'm 30 kilometers from where I was born at Malamulele.
Now, tell us about Giyani. We walked around yesterday in Giyani and we saw a lot of shopping complexes around, newly built complexes. And you're telling me that majority of them were built and developed by you?
Yes, of course. Giyani was a small town which started during apartheid time, and there was no proper development. But you see, when I came in here, I managed to turn around things and build, the shopping center that, provided the services for the people around Giyani.
But how difficult was it? Like you're saying that it's quite a small area. How difficult was it for you to, develop the area?
Well, to develop these kind of areas, you see, you need the support from government in terms of infrastructure development. And if you don't have government supporting you, it's not going to be possible. But you see, in this area, the municipality and the government, they were supportive, and they provided the land where we developed shopping centers. And it was much easier because the bank came in hand and helped us with the financing. And that's why, Giyani is growing.
It is indeed growing. I've seen a lot of outlets around here, newly built, like I'm saying. Now, tell us more about, in terms of job creation. Surely that has contributed a lot to the upliftment of the economy and job creation on its own.
Well, that's the area that, the government and, us as business people must focus. If government come in and support in terms of creating, the infrastructure development, because you see, what we need now in the country, we need jobs. People, they don't have jobs and people are starving. But you see, together, business and government will be able to create jobs if, we work together and bring the infrastructure that is needed. Take, for instance, you see, the mall that we have developed in Giyani. We are just about to expand it to about 45,000 square meters. So you can imagine the jobs that, will be created by that kind of, improvement.
Quite a lot, I believe. Now, in terms of this commercial property development, the young people, how interested are they? Are you taking some under your wing just for mentorship?
Well, it's in an industry that, was, dominated by white, countrywide. And, I cannot even count more than 10 of black people that are doing what I'm doing. So it's important that, the youngsters, today, they go to school and study, the engineering, the quantity surveying, the property development. And, this kind of, development is not an easy, development. It's dominated by whites, and, it's time that, black South African must be able to come on board. And, we are having a program whereby, we're taking some younger students that are coming to us, on a voluntary basis, to come and learn and see how we conduct meetings, how we do the planning. It's quite intense.
And it's quite interesting. I mean, I do know that you are currently based in Gauteng, but you always come back here to ensure that there is upliftment of the community where you come from.
Well, home will remain home. Because you see, it's good that, when we went to Joburg and established ourselves in Joburg, and we didn't forget, where we come from. And if, we didn't take it upon ourselves to come back home and we become the role model of the up and coming younger generation, there's no one who's going to grow.
Well, in Nkuna, that's where we're going to leave it. But thank you very much for your time. That's Mike Nkuna. He is a commercial property developer coming from Malamulele. Malamulele is about 30 kilometers from where we are now in Giyani. But he's currently based in Gauteng, but always coming back home saying, hi, hi, hi. He was telling me just off air now that they are going to develop the area more. He was also talking about the extension or the expansion of the current mall here in Giyani. So we're taking a commercial break. Morning Live continues after this. Stay tuned.